Hi guys, and welcome to this week's Alakazam Video Blog. Right, so it's been yet another busy week trying to get ready for Blackpool.
Crazy week, yeah, really good. But yeah, productive to say the least. We're on track, I would say.
Yeah, it's gonna as every year
Kind of.
it's always to the wire.
Yeah.
All the time. So good news for anyone that's pre-ordered Screen Test Pocket. That looks like it's going to be ready to ship out next week. So pre-orders will get shipped out next week.
Yeah.
The other thing is I have filmed my routine eidetic, which is for Screen Test Pocket. So if you've pre-ordered Screen Test Pocket, if you log into your Alakazam account, go to My Streaming Videos, hopefully the eidetic routine will be in there.
If you don't know what that is, by the way, it is Pete's awesome routine, which basically it's a three-phase routine, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it builds. It's really nicely structured, and it's got a great story behind it, and it's impressive, really impressive.
It's really good for sort of any performance situation, because you can do it on one person. You can use just one of the phases of it. It's got a slightly different premise to the original Screen Test.
Yeah.
And I explained something that we never really thought of when we had the original Screen Test. So if you've got the original Screen Test, you can still access the eidetic routine, and you could pick up things from that for the original Screen Test. Just use your code. That's all they need to do. Use your original Screen Test code, log it in, and the routine will drop straight into your My Streaming Videos. But like I said, if you've pre-ordered Screen Test and you haven't got the video in your account, don't worry, because on the DVD there is a code. Register at Alakazam and you'll get that routine.
Brilliant.
So that's Screen Test. Fingers crossed, will be shipping out next week, so you guys will have it ahead of Blackpool. Our two other releases, I think next week on the vlog, we've got Jamie Daws.
Yes, yeah, Jamie will be down. So we're going to have him come in. He's going to talk about his releases, show us like a performance. So make sure you tune in next week for that. I am excited this week.
Yes.
Because I'm going to drop in my trailer for my new effect. We'll talk about that in a bit. But I wanted to talk about one other. I done a walk around gig last night.
Yes.
And the great thing about working in a magic shop is you can try new things. You know, I'm always seeing stuff around the shop, and I say, "Oh, can I try this out? Can I try that out?" Now, last year we released a Gone at Blackpool. Incredible effect, and you know, it kind of new effects come out, so I forgot about it. And yesterday I thought, "Oh, I'll give this a go." The reactions I got from it were superb.
Yeah.
I think it's, you know, this is so simple in both premise to follow and in workings, that the simple stuff is the great stuff, honestly.
Do you know what? I think Gone revitalised my love of packet tricks.
Yeah.
Even though, you know, a packet trick, the general description just means a small packet of cards, but many people relate them to sort of standalone effects with funny card, you know, funny printed cards and stuff like that. A packet trick is just an effect using a smaller amount of cards, and I think we explained this before. As with anything, the further you get into magic, usually the less you start to perform packet tricks, because packet tricks is something that you start with.
Yeah.
So you feel it's sort of you feel as if you grow out of them.
Yeah, absolutely. But you remember back to those times and reactions that you get from the packet tricks, that nothing's changed.
No.
You're still getting them. And so I took this yesterday. With my normal set, I put this in with it, and I don't know whether it's just because it was a new trick for me to do as well. My enthusiasm was there for it, but the reactions from it were superb.
It's great, and like I said, this revitalised my love of packet tricks, and it was you know, after this I started messing about and come up with Along for the Ride and everything else, because I started to remember the power of these tricks. I remember when we had the sample of this and we went to the circle.
Yes.
And I was showing it to people in the circle, and I'm not exaggerating. Within a day of me showing it in the circle, we had people travelling up from like Essex
to
put their name down for one. And it just shows you that the small packet tricks, the small tricks like this, they are really, really magical. And there's no sleight of hand. So things like this, things like Ace, things like Along for the Ride, they're great little tricks, they're visual, and for us, the performer, they're so easy to do.
Absolutely. So I thought, just off the back of yesterday, it'd be nice to share with you. Maybe you haven't seen this or you've forgotten about it. It is awesome. So let's take a look at the trailer for Gone.
That's insane!
So that was Gone. I just want to say thank you to everyone that has ordered iChange, my card to pocket routine. If you don't know what it is, check out the website. One thing I did want to make you aware of is, along with the gimmicks, you get a DVD, along with the routine you're watching me do, where the sort of interchange plot. There's also some other routines of mine that are on the disc. There's a collector's routine, which I think is, you know, I know it's my routine and I hate to say things are incredible, but there's a lot of magic. I mean, basically you show 4 kings and 4 aces.
Yeah.
You place the aces face up on the table. You take the kings, you perform a collector's routine. So you get 3 cards selected, signed, they get returned to the deck.
Yeah.
The kings vanish one by one, the cards appear. When you spread them out, the cards are between the 4 kings. So now you take the kings again. You reveal the cards. You pick up the kings again, put their 3 cards face down in between them, put them in the middle of the pack, cut them into the middle of the pack, and say, all I'm going to do is I'm going to click my fingers, and your spectators got their hands on the 4 aces. You say, I'm going to click my fingers, and the 3 cards are going to jump from between the kings to between the aces. Would that impress you? And they say yes. Snap your fingers, say just lift up your hand and count how many cards you got. They count them, there's only 4, and you say, oh, this usually works. The 3 cards usually end up between the aces, and when you spread the deck, you've now got 4 aces instead of 4 kings, and when they turn over the cards here, they're now the 4 kings.
Yeah.
Really, really nice collector's routine. There's a lovely version of Dr. Daly's.
Yeah, do you know what? You're watching through the DVD for it, and it's funny because obviously you're a very creative person, so any time Trick comes in, we're always creating ideas, and you forget about some of the older ones. So you put the DVD in and you go, oh, well, that's a nice idea. And there's Peter Nardi learning from Peter Nardi. So it's the most surreal thing to watch in the office. But there are some really, really cool routines on that DVD.
Yeah.
And some I hadn't even seen the handlings.
And well, like you said, I mean, because when I bring out a product the same as you, we come up with different handlings, but we have our pet routine.
Yeah.
So my pet routine with iChange is iChange.
Yeah.
But I was playing with the cards before we release anything. I mean, we're going to get onto this in a moment, but before I release a product, and I know it's the same with you, we work really hard on the product. We don't just come up with an idea and go, let's bring that out. We come up with an idea like Inflection. That's 2 years in the making, realistically. And iChange was quite a long time in the making. I was perfecting everything with the iChange routine. When I was first coming up with it, there would be bits that I'd go, oh, I wish I could sort of eliminate that from the routine. So then I worked something else out how to do it. And then when you're messing about with the gimmicks, you start coming up with other stuff. And watching back that DVD, I did, honestly, I was quite impressed by a couple of
I could tell by your reaction. I was like...
And the thing is, I fooled myself on at least one of them, and I'm watching it and I had to rewind and think, what did I do there? So I will at some point relearn a couple of those and demonstrate them for you on here, because
they are good.
Yeah, it's great. But the Interchange routine, thank you so much to everyone, like I said, that's purchased it. I've been overwhelmed by the amount of emails we've had from people saying, are you going to have them at Blackpool? The truth is, they are selling so fast. We are nearly out of the stock we have. We may have some at Blackpool, we may not, depending on what happens here. But if we do run out, we will have more in about 8 weeks' time.
Yeah.
So we're going to be rerunning it and relaunching it. And there may even be some sort of bonus routines on the website at some point. But yeah, so that's iChange. Just thank you very much for supporting the product. So now on to the main purpose of this week's show.
Yes, my new trick, Inflection. I am very, very excited to release this. I mean, I only really release one trick a year, and you know as well as I do that we're constantly creating stuff, and I'm constantly showing you new stuff. And for me, it's important not to just throw starting ideas out there. I want stuff that is workable, usable in the real world. Yeah. And Inflection is definitely that. As you said, it was 2 years.
Almost 2 years. The first time you showed me the idea was almost 2 years ago. Yeah.
And then I got a prototype made up day after. A couple of days after. And then we went through about 7 or 8 prototypes to get it to what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
And now it's finally Inflection, which we're going to drop the trailer. Do we drop now and then talk? Or do we
let's talk a bit and then drop it. Keep them in suspense.
Oh, yeah, brilliant.
So, I mean, basically, the thing is, I will say, because I only release maybe one trick a year or so, and I think a lot of that, not only are we working on them, but we spend so much time working on other people's routines for the other Alakazam releases. A lot of the stuff that comes out through here is not just well, it is. It's one guy's idea. They bring it to us, and then we all sit together. The guy that invented it, us, and we brainstorm. We come up with maybe nuances, and I might be able to see a way to cut out a move. You might see a way to add something to it or cut something out. And then the final version that you receive is something. Usually, there are sometimes a trick comes in and we just go, oh, it's perfect, it's great.
Access, yeah.
But usually it's something that the guys created and we've all looked at and we've all crafted so it's in our minds the most perfect it can be. And that's what you did with Inflection, and it's the same with all of it. I mean, I know that I'll show you a trick and then I'll go away and I'll just work on it, and it stays at the back because we're so busy with other stuff. But Inflection is brilliant. And
let me explain a little bit about it, right? So one of my favourite plots is Dr. Daly's, transposition of cards, and I love it because it's a great routine. It plays really, really well for spectator, and I just wanted to have that moment at the end where you can let them see the second, without cover, without having to do sleight of hand, the second that the card in their hand jumps to yours and your card jumps to theirs. And it was important for me that immediately afterwards they can open the card in their hand and you can open your card and hand it to them. And that is what I've created here with Inflection. So the gimmicks are made by
Rob Bromley,
in my opinion, the best at making those sort of gimmicks and any cards really. They are awesome. Now, we've done it so that you get 2 of the gimmicks inside.
Yeah,
the gimmicks,
it was going to come with 1 gimmick.
Yeah.
But we've decided to provide 2 gimmicks.
Yeah.
And the gimmicks are going to be different, so you can repeat.
Yeah.
Straight away with different selections if you wanted to.
There are multiple handlings for this. So if you wanted to just take 2 cards out of your wallet and show a real quick transposition of 2 cards and then hand them out, that's there. There's also an open prediction, and there's a 3-phase routine, of which I have created another gimmick which allows you, let's say, an invisible switch.
Yeah, right under their nose.
Right under their nose.
Well, when you first showed me that, I didn't see it go, and I know we were speaking to a friend of ours from America when we were on Skype, and you showed him, and you know, once again, he just didn't see, he didn't know anything had happened, and it's right when they're staring at you.
Yeah.
It's right there. It's really, really clever, and the other great thing about this is the price. It's £18. It's going to be about $25.
And we're making up that switch gimmick as well for you. So you're going to get 2 of the Rob Bromley gimmicks, and you're going to get the switch gimmick. Now, when you hear this, you think, oh, gimmicks adding gimmicks in. Because of the way that I've devised this routine, the actual gimmick that does the inflection change, when you hand that card to them, you've now it's out of the process.
Yeah.
So you're good to go.
So you're now playing with it there. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really, really excited for this. I am dying to let them see the trailer now. So.
Okay. Before you do that, let me just say that all of our new releases, that is the Deceased, Screen Test Pocket, Fault Wave Extreme, and Inflection, are coming with DVDs. It's not going to be just the streaming video we used before. Yeah. They're going to come with a DVD, but watch the DVD, watch it in its entirety, because at some point towards the end, we will give you a special code. When you get that code, register it, and I know you've got extra handlings for Inflection. I know I've got extra routines for Screen Test. So we're going to be filming those, and remember, with our products, if you register them, doesn't matter where you buy them, just register them on our website, and as long as you register any new handlings for any of our tricks that we come up with, you receive free of charge. Okay, and if you look at something like Limitless, like I said, there's more time in bonus routines than there was on the disc. There's like 3 routines, 4 routines on the disc. There's about 13 on the bonus material. So it's, you know, it's something that's always going to be updated.
So before you see this, I just want to say, come and see us at Blackpool, and you can see this in person as well. This is not trailer magic. This is, as you're about to see it, is how it will look in front of your spectator. So this is Inflection. The people that know me will be aware that I love visual card magic. One plot in particular is the 2-card transposition. There is a moment in there that wasn't quite visual enough for me, and that was the change. That is until now. Roughly 3 years ago, I set myself the challenge to create an in-the-hands, workable version of the transposition plot that you could immediately hand out. Not only will you receive 2 custom-made gimmicks by Rob Bromley, but I will take you through some of my favourite routines. How to get in and out under fire, and also how to do it with a signed playing card. I am Dave Loosely, and this is Inflection.
Right, so that was Inflection.
Yes.
It is, honestly, it is awesome, and any of you that purchase Alakazam products, do know that everything we release is real world working stuff.
Yeah.
It's not stuff that you're not going to be able to do when you're out and about. It's proper worker stuff. So that's Inflection. That is now on our website for pre-order. I will say, with Inflection, the gimmicks are being handmade by Rob Bromley. He has promised us 100 or 200 units for Blackpool.
And 200 makes 100.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we're not sure how many we're going to have, but I'll guarantee you this: if you pre-order before Blackpool, up to 100 or 200 units, you will receive one. Otherwise, there may be a couple of weeks delay. He said he's going to try and get them all ready.
Yeah.
But that's 2,000 or 4,000 he's got to make. Actually, that's a lot of units.
That's the thing, you know. I wanted to have loads and loads for Blackpool, but because they are handmade, we're going to bring what is left after pre-sales. But it's only fair that we open it up to everyone and not just Blackpool. So I think 100 units or whatever. So if you hopefully you enjoy the trailer, you won't be disappointed with what you receive in the pack. That's Inflection. Anything left to say?
I don't think so, apart from next week we've got our friend, hopefully Jamie Daws, down, so we'll have a little discussion with Jamie. I want to say a big shout out to one of our very good buddies, Mark Powell.
Yes.
Who wanted us to give him a shout out.
Yes, he
did.
And a name check. So
we're now apparently taking requests.
The name checks,
So if you want your name mentioned on the Alakazam Video Blog, just give us a call or send us an email.
But hopefully not everyone, because it could be just a whole episode of shout-outs. But we'll try our best to do the odd one here and there. So, thanks.
So that's about it. So we subscribe just about here.
Yep, perfect.
We will see you next week. I think next week may be our last one before Blackpool.
Yes.
And then we'll have one the week after. We'll see what happens. We might do one the week of Blackpool, otherwise it will be.
I always say that I will try and get some footage of Blackpool, but it always ends up that we get so rammed that we can't get away. So.
Do you know what? I have now got. Well, you're not allowed to actually film in Blackpool,
but we normally go away to the hotel, don't we?
But we have got my little.
Oh yes.
So I'll take that, and I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll try and get a little interview with Moz. I don't think we've done that before. And we got some exciting news coming up with future releases. Just to let you know, so if you are going to Blackpool, come up to the stand to see the Pantera, to see Fault Wave Extreme, to see Screen Test Pocket, to see the Deceased, to see Inflection, and obviously some of our classics. I'll be them in iChange, I'll be them in the Grail. We've got Gone. So all your favourite Alakazam products will be there. Them in, it's me, Dave and Mozzie. Them in on the stand. So I want to say a big shout out to Mozzie. Can't wait to see you, buddy. And Jenny's always there making sure we all behave ourselves.
Yes.
Oh, and I forgot.
Mr. Smeltzers. How can you forget Leo Smeltzers?
The man that almost destroyed all of our stock. And a hire van.
For a trolley full of stock into the hire van. That's great, So hopefully he comes with a warning this year. But obviously Leo Smetzers will be there as well. So do drop by. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and we will see you next week on the Alakazam Video Blog.